Good morning. Good morning, Carrie. Mr. B's right here. He came over before I even pushed record. Making an up close cameo, eh? All right, we'll start. Good morning, everyone. Whoever's out there with me, welcome. If you're joining me later, welcome, welcome. We will start on our mats. How about you start on your bed? What do you think? I'll go lie down. Yeah? Cool. Thank you. Good morning, good morning. It is our first Sunday morning live stream of 2021. Welcome. I'm feeling kind of fiery this morning. So my intention for this morning is we will do Journey into Power, but we're going to call this like a fiery fast flow. I don't know that I'm quite ready there yet. So we'll start in child's pose. We'll kind of ease into it and then we'll pick up the pace and get some movement in, okay? Take child's pose, settle yourself onto your mat. Just let yourself land. These first few moments to check in with how your body feels right here. Get your drishti, get your focus on this moment. Physically, mentally. Clear what you walked onto your mat with, what you brought with you into the practice. Not making it good or bad. It just is. Maybe you're tired, maybe you want to take it easier. Maybe you're on fire, you want to work hard, want to challenge yourself. The answer is it's totally fine. Just being in that listening to your own body, taking the practice as it shows itself to you moment by moment. Spread your fingers, start to feel the physical more, like press the tops of your feet down, get that stretch through the ankles. Press your knuckles of your fingers into the floor. Start to lift up through the upper arm bones. See if you can take your seat any deeper. Tabletop. Move through a few cat-cows to get the spine moving. Yeah, press the floor, round your back, belly in. Inhale, look up. Cow pose. And cat. Do that again. In and out. Downward facing dog. Spread your fingers and toes. Find your foundation here. Really get rooted through the hands and feet. Bringing in the physicality. Starting to hug skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Breathe in. Press your tailbone straight back. Bring your feet together, right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your knee, stack your hips. Start to wiggle your toes, your ankle, really opening up that right side body. How is your body landing in this practice this morning or whatever time of day you might be? Where is there tightness? Where do you feel strong? Just working along with those sensations. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more big lift through the left knee. And then walk to the top of your mat. Ragdoll. Your feet as wide as your hips. Just let the upper body go. I didn't start a timer. I'm just going to do that. You stay where you are. Just allow your upper body to really dangle down here. Not having to hold up the weight of your arms or your head, just letting them pull you deeper into the fold. As the practice unfolds, as your body starts to warm up, just be in that listening for what is happening moment by moment. Maybe you started out feeling tired, feeling like you didn't have that much energy. That can shift. Catch yourself stuck in a story about how you think you feel, what you think you're going to be able to do, and start getting more and more dialed into what's actually happening, what is possible, what's happening really viscerally in your physical body. That's where this practice is actually taking place. Take a breath in. Fingertips to the floor. Bring your big toes to touch. Halfway lift on the inhale. And fold. Do that one more time. Big, long spine. Fold forward. Extended mountain, sweep up. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. Gaze to your fingers, and we'll begin with an Om. Take a breath in. Reach your fingertips up. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana. Move through with breath. Upward facing dog. Press down. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips back. Take a full breath in and out. Deep breaths. Root down. Soften your joints. Press your tailbone straight back. Full inhale. Full exhale. Lift up onto your toes. Bend your knees. Look to the top of your mat. Hop or step right there. Flat back. And fold. Extended mountain. Reach up. Lengthen your body. Fold forward. Hug chest to thighs. Halfway lift. Belly engaged. High to low plank. Step back. Lower down. Core strong. Upward facing dog. Lift your thighs up. Downward facing dog. Hips go back. 4 breaths. Slowly building the heat here. Get your body present. Fire up your Ujjayi breath. Building, stoking that inner fire. Inhale. Press down your hands and your feet. Stretch your body, then lift onto the toes. Bend your knees. Hop or step to the top. Flat back right away. Fold. Extended mountain up and back. Big reach. Fold. Hug in. Lengthen. Chaturanga Dandasana flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Building heat. Tapas. Fire. Cultivate it. Invite it. Don't avoid it. The more physicality, the more dialed into your body you get, the more you'll take from this practice. Take a breath in onto your toes. Bend your knees. Hop or step. Flat back. Fold forward. Extended mountain up, go back, start to reach. Fold, squeeze in. Lengthen. Chaturanga Dandasana, move with your breath. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, in and out. Lift, bend, hop or step. Flat. Fold forward. Extended mountain. Last one. Up, back. Maybe you fall over, fall forward. That's okay. Halfway lift. Work at your edge, yogi. Chaturanga Dandasana. Flow. Upward facing. Lift up. Downward facing. Hips back. Right away. Onto your toes. Bend your knees. Hop or step to the top. Flat. And fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit nice and deep. Really feel the legs. Squeeze in, sink deeper. Arm bones draw back. Building heat. Being present to those sensations. Feeling them, but not running from them. Allow yourself to settle in. 3 more breaths. Heat. Tapas, fire. Feel the work. Yogi, get as deep as you can. Take a breath in. Fold forward. Squeeze chest to thighs. Lengthen. Chaturanga Dandasana. High to low plank. Upward facing. Press your knuckles down. Downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior one. Reach up. Lunge into your front knee. Take a breath in. Settle as deep as you can. Right hip bone draws back. Keep descending into that lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Press your feet. Lift your fingers. Take one more big breath. Chaturanga Dandasana flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Feet to fingers. Full expression. Lunge nice and deep. Breathing. Feel it out. Working at that edge right to the spot where you're working. Challenged. Feeling your body. Breathe in. Stay for the breath out. One more. Chaturanga Dandasana flow. Upward. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Feel out your body. Feel the heat. Feel where there might be resistance. What do you need to give up to get more dialed in? Some more compassion, some more understanding, some more listening to what your body's actually offering. Take a breath in. Press your tailbone back. Lift onto your toes. Bend your knees. Hop or step to the top. Flat back. Fold. Utkatasana, chair. Fold. Lengthen. Flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side. Feet to fingers. Find like a full body expression of the pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. You move. Upward. Downward facing dog. Left side. Press your feet. Reach your fingers. Take a big, big breath in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward. Downward facing dog. Fullest inhale. Fullest exhale. Heels down. Lift your biceps up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Root through your hands, through your feet. Lift onto your toes. Bend your knees. Hop to the top. Flat back. Fold. Utkatasana, 1 breath. Uttanasana, fold forward. Halfway lift, shoulders, wrap them back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Step or shoot back. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior 1. Feet press, fingers reach. Chaturanga Dandasana, you move. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Left side. Use your breath. Keep filling. Keep expanding. Chaturanga Dandasana flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Lift. Bend. Hop. Flat. And fold. Chair. Fold. Lengthen, moving with breath. Chaturanga Dandasana, ride the exhale. Upward, you fill your chest. Downward facing. Right side. Fingers, spark them, reach them up, reach them back. Chaturanga Dandasana, you can float your right toes. Add more if it fits. Up dog, down dog. Left side. Full expression, every finger reaching. Chaturanga Dandasana, left toes can hover. Upward, downward facing dog. Onto your toes. Bend your knees. Hop or step. Flat. And fold. Chair. Fold. Lengthen. Flow. Up. Down dog. Right side. Warrior one. Fullest expression. Chaturanga Dandasana. Breath. Movement. Up and back. Left side. Press. Reach. Chaturanga Dandasana. Flow. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Do that one more time. Soften. Bring your feet together. Lift your right foot up. Bend your knee. Stack your hips. Take a breath in. Flip your dog. Maybe wheel. If you can't quite get there, I just did a workshop on that. Check that out. Just take tips. Pressing into your fullest expression of the pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Press, lift. High plank. Right into side plank. Left arm goes up. Engage the core. Lift hips. Lift top leg. Expand your fullest expression. Find it. Possibility. Where can you go right here? Breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Flow it out. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Fullest inhale. Fullest exhale. Left side. Lift your foot up. Bend. Stack open. And flip. Possibility for wheel. Might be there. Breathe. And grounds. Inhale. Exhale. Fullest expression. Flip to high plank. Take on side plank. Right arm up. Activation. Core. Arms. Legs. Find your gaze. See what you see. Bring possibility. Fullest inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Flow. Up. Down dog. Right foot. Crescent lunge. Lift your back heel. Reach up. And twist. Keep the back heel active. Back leg. Muscles hugging bones. Lift the knee. Twist deeper. In. And out. Warrior two. Get nice and deep. Settle into it. Soften the shoulders. You're not all crunched up into your ears, right? Like make space in the neck, space in the shoulders. Plunge deeper. Find your deepest expression. Fire. Tapas. In the legs, in the core. Wake it up. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Stay for it. Extended side angle. Take a breath in and out. Reach and twist. Full expression right here. Chaturanga Dandasana. Flow, yogi. Tight little plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Crescent lunge. Left side. We get as deep as you can right here. Go there. Find the activation of the legs. And then take the twist. Whoop. If you fall out, you just begin again, yogi, as quick as you can. No meaning. If it's fast, if you're wobbly, if you're struggling, what can you let go of? Give up what's not working and get present to your practice, your body, right here, right now. Breathe in. Twist a little deeper. Warrior two. Find it. Feel it. Just breathe with it. 5. Squeeze the inner thighs. Press into the feet. 3. 2. Deeper. One more. And stay. Extended side angle. Big opening. Big reach. Big twist. Full breath in. Full breath out. Last inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana flow. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Press down. Lift onto your toes. Bend your knees. Hopper step. Flat back. And fold. Chair. And twist. Hook the left elbow on your right knee. Wrap that right shoulder blade. Integrate it. Breathe in. Twist deeper. One more. Hold the twist. Center. Utkatasana. Twist the other side, yogi. Keep the knees in line. Keep the shoulders wrapping back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Lengthen the spine. Deepen the twist. Take one more breath. Hold it. And release. Let go. Feet hip distance. Scoop up the big toes. Let go of the head. What are you holding on to in this practice, in your life? Let go of what's happened. Let go of what's coming up. Just be here. The practice as it lands in this moment can be completely different than anything you've experienced before. Instead of waiting for the future, like just imagine that in this moment that was possible, what you're waiting for. Achieving that, obtaining it. So you're allowing yourself to see it as possible, not unachievable in some distant time. Crow. Palms on the mat, knees on the triceps. Create a lift. Hug in. If your goal is to shoot back, Monica, I know you're out there with me, right? It's really core and upper body strength. So like if you want to try to shoot back from crow, hug your core muscles in a lot. And then think of your feet shooting straight out behind you. Take a breath in, feet back, upward facing dog, and you might face plant. I did for years. Downward facing dog. Nothing wrong with face planting if you can do it gracefully without actually hurting yourself, right? That's perfectly fine. Step to the top of your mat. I face planted plenty. Halfway lift. In my yoga practice, hold, sweep up. Right side, eagle. Said that for a long time, like learning how to fall out of a pose gracefully. That's a huge skill in this practice. Like gracefully meaning not how it looks so much as how you make it mean. Are you like all beating yourself up when you have a stumble? Switch sides. That irritating truth that yoga teachers like to remind us that how you show up in your yoga pose in the moment of challenge, it's how you show up in your life. Do you run from the challenge? Do you avoid it? If it doesn't work out, do you make it mean you're not good enough? Sweep up. Because if that's how you show up for yourself in a pose, eagle, right side, it's probably how you show up for yourself in any other challenging situation in your life. Second guessing, criticism, comparison, judgment. It's exhausting, yogi. Pick something else, will you? Sweep your arms up. Switch sides. The irritatingly simple truth is that if you just choose a different thought, then you can start to reprogram that. Instead of I can't, it's too hard, didn't work before, so why bother? What about this moment? What about this experience? Is it actually the same? Or are you looking at it through a filter of the past? Sink deeper. Sweep your arms up. Standing leg raise on the right side. Open up. Wake up your core muscles. Do that. Belly really strong. Shoulders back. Lengthen the spine. Take a breath in. Foot to center. Arms reach up. Toes lift up. Airplane, fly back. Make sure that that left foot is at 12 o'clock. It can tend to turn out. Keep your bottom foot at 12, your back foot that's lifted. Turn the right pinky toe down. Lift the right heel higher. Hands to heart center. Half moon, open up. Any variation you play with here, you might hover the fingers even for like a split second and you might fall out. That's okay, come back. Ground through the mound of your big toe, your inner ankle on that left foot. Lift higher and release. Feet together, fold. Sweep up. Standing leg raise. You start to challenge yourself in this practice. Start to do the things you think you can't do. Do the poses you don't like. The poses you don't like are the ones that you should be doing the most, Yogi, if you don't know that trick. The pose you avoid, the pose you dread. Massive opportunity for growth to shift something about yourself. Bring your foot back to center, arms up, toes lift, breathe in, airplane, fly back. You think you can't do a yoga pose, you're going to be right. You'll struggle with it. You'll avoid it. You'll hope the teacher doesn't call it. There's no growth there. Just being stuck in a limiting belief. Hands to heart center, open up. Yeah, you're human. You have limiting beliefs, right? You might have blind spots. You might fall right out of your yoga poses because you don't even know what you're doing in that moment. Who cares? Once you catch a blind spot, once you realize there's something limiting you, that's the opportunity to shift it, not stay with it, not believe it, not repeat it. Just banish it, reject it, try something new. Fold forward, halfway lift, and fold. Sweep up, dancer, right side. Kick back into your hand. What pose in this practice do you have a story about? Maybe it's this one. I know lots of teachers that skip these poses, like the dancers' poses, because they don't like them. Switch sides, right? Like they don't teach them because they don't like them. I've been guilty of that, not teaching, or like being easy in certain poses that I get challenged by. That's not very empowering for my students, and it's definitely not empowering for me to avoid the thing I don't want to do. Right side, dancer. You choose to empower yourself or you choose to listen to that limiting belief. And you might not even realize the limiting belief is what you're listening to until you have the awareness. Switch sides. I spent so much of my life and I can't. I'm not good enough. This yoga practice, that definitely was live for me when I started yoga. Like, oh, I suck at yoga. I'm not flexible. I'm not strong. Tree on the right. I still have those moments. It's how quickly I catch them. How quickly I choose to not believe them, to believe something different, to step into what I'm telling myself I can't do and see what actually happens. Often there's success. Sometimes there's a perceived failure, which is just a lesson waiting to happen. Grow your tree. Every failure in your life is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become stronger, to avoid that same situation in the future. Or every perceived failure is an opportunity to tell yourself you're not good enough, to have more evidence of how much you suck. Like, which one sounds more empowering, Yogi? Tree on the left. Every single time you tell yourself you can't do it, you're not strong enough, you're not good enough, you're making that more real in your experience. It's not about being arrogant or overly confident, right? Like too confident. It's a different story. Like it's about actually just believing in yourself. Knowing that if you can't achieve something in this moment, that if you're curious, if you put your mind to it, that anything's possible. Take a big breath in. Press through that right foot. Last, fullest breath in tree. And release. Hands to heart center. Sweep the arms up. Fold. Flat back. Chaturanga Dandasana. You flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot, warrior one. Warrior two. Triangle, straighten out the front leg, come forward and down with your right fingers. If you have a block, grab it, or just press your palm into your shin, press your shin into your palm, just for a couple breaths. Reach up, twist, lengthen, and open. See your top hand, spark your fingers, pull yourself up to stand. Wide leg fold, toes in, fold over your legs. You can stay in the fold here. You can go up into a headstand if that's part of your practice. Again, if you're not sure how to get into a headstand, there's a couple workshops on my channel. Just search for it. Get curious, yogi. You might not be successful in your mind in your first attempt, your 50th attempt even, but it's like just showing up consistently, believing you can make it happen. Even when there might not be that much evidence that that's true. If you're in a headstand, come back down as gracefully as possible. Maybe not so much. Turn your toes forward. Step your back foot in. Fold over the right leg. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Twisted triangle. Left hand to your right foot. Right hand to your low back. Keep twisting the upper body. Shoulder integration. Breath in and breath out. One more big reach, big twist. Chaturanga, Dandasana, flow. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Two. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. With or without a prop. Definitely with openness across the front of the chest. Softness in the knees. Let the twist open up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach. Twist. Again. Stay with it. See your top hand. On your next breath, pull yourself up. Wide leg fold with the bind. Yeah, press your knuckles down, lift your chest, fold over your legs. Press your feet down to lift your tailbone up. Let go of the head. Really do that. Feel some space in your neck. It's the weight of your head drawing you down in the fold. Lift your inner thigh muscles into your femur bones. Press. Squeeze. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Release the bind. Pyramid. Toes forward. Step your back foot in. You can have a bind here if you want it. Or hands to the ground or a block. Soften your knees. Fold deeper. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Halfway lift. Twisted triangle, right fingers to the left foot. Left hand on your sacrum, your low back, or reaching. Core strong. Twist deeper. Breathe in. Breathe out. Big reach up. Chaturanga, Dandasana, flow. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Empty it out. High plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Elbows in. And then open up to locust pose. Arms back. Lift your chest. Your arms. Your legs, really feeling that activation of the low back, the core. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stay lifted. Bind your locust. Interlace the hands. Press your knuckles straight back. Squeeze your shoulders together on your back. Inhale. Exhale. Big lift. Hog those leg muscles to the bones. Take another breath in. Slowly come down. Sway your hips from side to side. Just rest for a moment. Take a few breaths. Scan your body. Where do you need to send that breath? Where do you need to let go of something? Where is there resistance physically? Maybe mental resistance. Work to let it go. A couple more breaths. Really surrendering to rest just for a moment. Bring your chin to center. Floor bow. Bend the knees. Grab your ankles. Before you lift up, keep the knees and the ankles hugging like as close to each other as they can. Kick back. Keep that squeeze to center. Inhale. Exhale. Higher, bigger, your fullest possible expression right here, yogi. In and release. Come all the way down. Windshield wipe the legs from side to side. We'll do one more floor bowl. Any variation you've got. I'm going to try for this. I haven't done this in months. Let's see if I've still got it in my back. Oh. Yes. Okay. So good. Your fullest expression. Go for it. See where you can take it. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Full expression. And slowly come down. Ooh. Upward facing dog right away. Yeah, don't waste any time there. Downward facing dog, hips back. Come down onto your knees. Camel pose. We're looking like we're slotted to get the entire journey into power in here, so this is great. All 90 minutes worth of poses in 60. That's a nice workout, yogi. Stay with it. Hands to your low back, hands to your heels. Wherever you're taking your camel pose, let the head fall back. Keep the chest lifting up. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more big, generous breaths. Last one. Slowly come up. Sit down onto your heels. If you've got tight knees, you can sit on a block on your heels. Close your eyes. Just feel your body, your breath right here. In the work of catching yourself in a story of I can't do that. Not forcing something. Maybe you're right. Maybe in this moment it's not achievable. That's not to say every time an I can't shows up that it's not true. But they're tricky. I can't often comes from the past, from a previous experience. How true is it right here, yogi? That's the question. Not how true it was a year ago, 6 months ago, 10 years ago, last week. Right here, right now. Camel, number 2. Any variation. Kapotasana is an option. I think I'm going to that'll be my next mini workshop, is getting into Kapotasana, which is like going all the way back with your hands to the floor. It's kind of like wheel on your knees. Possibility to try something different, and maybe your back says no. Don't argue with your back, yogi. Bad idea. Been there. The back always wins. Different than I can't. When your back says no, don't argue. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Slowly come back up. Oh. Come down onto your back. Take on bridge pose. I carried an I can't story about back bends for a while there. I did. I was very sure of it. Like, oh, I might be able to do it, but it's never going to look good. It's never going to be strong. I don't have that kind of mobility. I don't have that flexibility, whatever it is. How true is that? Bridge pose, set up. Get into it. Hips lift, glutes squeeze, feel your legs, ground your triceps, like getting the full body experience of bridge. Inhale, exhale, breath in, breath out. Take it a little bit higher, and then gently come all the way down. Knees from side to side. This is the peak of this practice. What do you think about wheel pose? What's your story? You love it. You can't do it. It hurts your wrists. It hurts your back. You're not strong enough. It's boring. It's too easy. Whatever the story. How about we have something different this morning? Go up. Hands by the ears. If you're in bridge thinking you can't do wheel, just do this. Will you push the floor in bridge pose? Like this is your next level. This is your next step. Maybe it's half wheel. Maybe it's full wheel. Maybe it's like lifting a leg to the ceiling, taking a hand to your hip. Just being curious about this practice, what's available to you today. Breathe in. Slowly come back down. Knees from side to side. On your next breath, go back up. Wheel number 2. I'll give you the spoiler. There's 6. Make it work. Do something that lifts you up, yogi, like physically lifts you up, mentally lifts you up. Maybe it's a powerful bridge and that's not less than anything for you today. Breathe in. Slowly come down or stay. That's an option too. You can just stay up the whole time. Challenging yourself to step out of the default story, the default expression, the default physical experience. Go up. Number 3, wheel. Press, pull your muscles to the bones and lift your hips higher. Play with what's possible, yogi. Take a breath in and release. Halfway there, knees from side to side. So good. Keep it up. See what's there. Number 4, press, lift, stay, breathe. Where can you go? In, out, lift, squeeze. Last one. Slowly come down. Knees from side to side. Number 5, set it up. Just staying in the flow, getting out of the drift of thoughts. The thoughts that disempower you, that distract you. How much energy do you let them have, yogi? Take a breath in. Slowly come all the way down. Knees from side to side. Go back up. Number 6. This is it right here. This is the last chance, the last option. Where are you going to take it, yogi? Fullest possible expression in your pose in this moment. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Last one right here. And slowly come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Knees open wide. Right hand on your belly. Left hand on your heart. And just close your eyes. Feel your heart beating. Feel the warmth on your skin, maybe the sweat, hopefully. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge yourself for how hard you worked. And if your brain's instinct is to say, oh, you didn't work that hard, you could have done better, that part sucked, oh, your wheel wasn't very good. That's BS, okay? That's what I'm talking about here. Let that go. Your pose is perfect. Actually, hear that, okay? Your pose is perfect. Even if it's messy, even if it doesn't work, you fall out, the alignment's not perfectly correct, you learn something from those moments, yogi. You either take the lesson or you reject it and you just sit there in your limitations. in sorrow, in victimhood. I don't even know if victimhood's a word. You know what I mean. Take happy baby, grab the outsides of your feet, pull your knees down. I am all too familiar with what it feels like to feel like a victim. Like feeling like a victim, that is pretty much always on you or on me when I'm living that experience. Not to say the situation that made me feel that way wasn't like a challenge, wasn't horrible, wasn't traumatizing. Those things can be very true. They can. Circumstances can be far less than ideal sometimes. You don't have to make that mean that your life sucks or that you're a terrible person. Like, that's a choice. Circumstances aren't a choice. Suffering, always. You choose it or you don't. Feet up, hands behind your head. Flex your feet here. Take a breath in. Lower your right heel 1 inch off the mat. Scissor legs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep your legs strong, pressing through the heels. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in. Hands behind your head. Bicycle twist. Keep your knees stacked over your hips as you go here, okay? So you're not bringing the knee too close to the chest, over the hip. More work, more lift in the shoulder. 3, 4, 5, 6. Core strong. Pressing the heels forward as you go. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet up. Hands underneath the low back. Or extending out beside your body for more work. Okay, take a breath in. Lower down a third. Core strong. Breathe it. Lower down a third. Inhale. Just off the mat. Look at the toes. Flex the toes. Inhale back up. Lower down a third on the breath out. Stay with it. Inhale. Core strong. Down a third. Uddiyana Bandha. Sock the belly button to the spine. Breathe in. Just off the mat. Look at the toes. Point them. Flutter kick. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet up. Last one. Lower a third. Full breath in. Down a third. Belly strong. Just off the mat. Look at the toes. Scissor kick back and forth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet in. Knees into the chest. Breathe in. Let it go. Grab the backs of your knees. Rock front to back. Navasana. Boat pose. Sit up tall. Any variation. Find it. Play with your balance. Challenge it. Get to the spot you're not sure how you're going to hold it. Then engage. Lift the chest. Wrap the shoulders back. Breath in. Breath out. 3 more. Full possible expression right here. In and out. Last one. And rock. Make your way to down dog. Pedal out your knees. Wiggle out your shoulders. Half pigeon on the right side. Settle in. Set it up. Just be here. Time and stillness now. You did the work. Challenged yourself. Right? And the challenge now of being mentally present. Not wandering. Not dwelling in the past. Not thinking about the future. You're in this moment. Surrendering to the pose. Opening your hips. Breath by breath. The future is something that you can definitely look forward to. It's not like you shouldn't have goals. You shouldn't be excited about things coming up. Even sometimes being aware of things you should be concerned about, like knowing possible challenges that might present themselves and thinking about those. That's all great. It's different than being stuck there, obsessed with the future, how it's going to turn out, worrying about it. Being sure about all these possible outcomes that you have really no evidence to be true. Just worries from how things have happened before or to somebody else that you know. Worries don't solve very many problems. I would say they don't solve any problems. You might have concerns that you can think about. It's different than a worry. Worrying is kind of like a knowing that something bad's going to happen. Literally like manifesting it, making it happen because you're so sure of it, even though you might not have any evidence that that's true. What do you need to give up? What belief in your life isn't serving you anymore? Maybe it kept you safe in the past. What is it actually doing right now to protect you, or is it just holding you back? Sweep your back leg around. I don't know the answer to that question, Yogi, but you probably do. Like, I know about my own limiting beliefs, how untrue a lot of them are. Fold over your left leg, seated single leg extension. Right foot to your inner left thigh. Fold, tuck the chin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Double pigeon. Stack. Ankles over knees, knees over ankle. So you're keeping the feet, the ankle on the outside of the knee. And then from here, you can start to walk your fingers forward. Just a few breaths here. Open the hips, around the spine. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And switch. Seated single, or no, sorry, half pigeon on the left side. Sweep your right leg around behind you. Left shin as close to parallel as to the top of your mat as you can get. You can use your hand to move it there if you need to, and then just settle in. Keep your core strong. It's right here. Settle in. Just breathe. Breath is this access point to what's actually happening in your life. In this moment that you're breathing in, that's the moment that you're actually living. Your life in the past, it's amazing, right? Or maybe it was challenging. Like, it's just to say everyone has different experiences. You can remember the amazing times and you can learn from the challenging times, and it doesn't mean you have to be stuck there. Obsessing, analyzing, comparing the past to the present, filtering the future through the past. It's a different moment right here than you've ever lived before. You literally have no idea what the future holds. Entire lives can be turned upside down in an instant, for the better or for the worse. So there's like no point in anticipating. Just go breath by breath, moment by moment. See where it takes you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sweep the back leg around. Seated single leg extension. Fold over your right leg. Breathe in. Go deeper. Double pigeon. Stack, shin bones, ankle over knee, knee over ankle. Really get that. You're not just sitting cross-legged to get this stretch, okay? The foot, ankle over top of that knee, and then walk into it. Just a few breaths. Find it, feel it. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Come back up. Frog pose. Not for too long, but just long enough to get into it. Yeah, don't skip. We're getting them all in here. We might be like a minute, an hour and 5 minutes or something to accomplish that, but that's okay. Just settle in. Center yourself. Let your upper body melt down. Let your knees glide apart. Feel your inner thighs. Feel your hips. Just surrender to the pose. If you're avoiding this, like, oh, I don't want to do that right now, how about you just get into it for these last few breaths and feel your frog today? Even if you've, like, air quotes, hated it in the past, right? Cool. Keep telling yourself you hate something. Guess how much hatred you'll keep cultivating towards that thing. Just keep making it bigger, more meaningful. Breath in, breath out. Couple more. Sink down deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come back up. Take your time. Seated, single leg. Or no, what am I doing? Forward fold. Where am I? We're right here. Seated forward fold. Legs out in front of you. Fold over your legs. Really keep that like sits bones. Draw back. Heels press forward. Breath in. Fold deeper. Again, tuck the chin, lengthen the neck, big, long spine. Come back up. Reverse table. Hands behind you. You can either take reverse plank, which is with the legs straight, yes, like this, lifting through the hips, soften the elbows, or you can, whoop, my whole carpet is rolling up in my living room. Bend your knees, press through your feet, lift through your hips, breathe in, breathe out. One more fullest, glutes squeezing, yes, and then come all the way down. Take on fish. Hands, just like tuck your fingertips underneath the tops of your bum cheeks, come down to your forearms here. Lift your chest. Start to let your head fall back. If you want to play with a full expression in this pose, it's bringing the crown of the head to the ground and then arms and legs extend up. Point the toes, spark the fingers. Wherever you are, find your lift through your chest. Breathe in, breathe out. One more full breath. And slowly come back down onto your back. Knees into your chest. Extend your left leg. Supine twist. Draw your right knee across your body. Ground your shoulders. Take a breath in. Twist a bit deeper. One more inhale. And exhale. Come back through center. Left knee draws into your chest. Draw it across your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Deepen that twist. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Hand on the belly, hand on the hearts. Just take a moment to land. Acknowledge yourself for all of the work you just did. Like, actually do that, okay? It's easy to hear those words, acknowledge yourself. What does that even mean, right? Just like tell yourself how good you did. Acknowledge a moment, a pose that you did where you felt powerful. Acknowledge a moment where your breath was working, where your gaze was focused. Something like that. It doesn't have to be the whole practice. And your human default will be to analyze the things you wish were better, that you wish were different. Let it go. Give it up. What are you grateful for right here for this practice today? Why? Why are you grateful for that moment? Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a final squeeze. Do this. Give your right knee a kiss, left knee a kiss. Thank your body. It's cheesy, I know. Just do it, will you? Thank your body. Love it for just a moment or like forever. And release. Final Shavasana. Close your eyes. I said in that 21-day yoga challenge last month that I'm going to start reading from Journey to the Heart on these Sunday classes. So let's do that. You stay where you are. Just be in rest. Be still. Breathe. This is a good one. I feel like I need to hear this today too. Trust your heart. For so long, you relied on your head. Now it's time to make the shift, a great leap into your heart. Are you beginning to see how your head gets in the way? How it creates so much noise? The chatter, the limited vision, the fear. Are you beginning to see how what you've relied on, your intellect, your assessments, and sometimes your logic, has complicated your life? It isn't the head that sees clearly, nor does the head always see with love. Often it sees with eyes of fear. The heart sees clearly. It balances the mind and emotions. It takes what's real and processes it into truth, then into action. It takes into account all that needs to be done, then draws a map, an itinerary for how to accomplish that. Yes, you say, but my head does that too. And then I don't need to feel. Your heart can do it better because it maps the way with love. Learn to listen to your inner voice. Listen to your heart. It's your connection to the universe, to people, and to yourself. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth, let that go. Come up to a seated position. Just take your time. Take a stretch. Slowly move through fetal position and come up to a tall seated position. You'll bring your thumbs to the center of your chest, hands together in Anjali Mudra. Press your thumbs into your heart center. Feel that. Feel maybe the beating of your heart, the warmth. Just acknowledge your heart for a moment, keeping you alive without your worrying about it, giving you the capacity to love other people and yourself. We'll finish with an Om. Take a breath in. Thumbs to your forehead center. Together we bow and we say, Namaste. Thank you, yogis. If you're out there live with me, thank you. I appreciate you being here every Sunday morning. Ladies, it's mostly ladies that are here with me always, but that's okay. Anybody out there, I appreciate you. And yeah, if you don't already know, I'm doing 31 days of gratitude on my channel this month. So every day in January, I'm going to be uploading a 5-minute gratitude meditation. It'll be focused on something different about your life to be grateful for each day. 5 minutes, okay? If you think you can't meditate, or if you think that there's no power in being grateful, or like that gratitude is kind of like you know, like kind of fluffy stuff, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of science out there. It's actually really proven that when you start to practice gratitude daily, whether it's a meditation or a journaling exercise, you just start to become happier, more likely to achieve your goals, physically more fit because you're more likely to, stay active. So do that, will you? It's not too late to start. We're only on January 3rd when I'm recording this. So click, check that out, and start meditating and start getting grateful for what your life is holding, okay? Have an awesome rest of your day. Keep moving your body, keep nourishing your body. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to support what I'm doing on YouTube, please check out my Patreon page. You can find that link in the description below. And yeah, share this with anybody that you think might like to get in a good flow. Okay, that book is called Journey to the Heart by Melody Beattie. People keep asking me about it. It's an amazing book. And yeah, I did not read that before the class, so that was just very fitting to what I was talking about, I feel like. Have an awesome day. I'll see you soon. I'm going to come check the chat. The pose from floor bow. Carrie, that's like an upgrade with a backbend upgrade. I can try to do a workshop for that, but that is a pretty advanced posture. You have to have a ridiculously open back. Even I don't feel so great trying to do that sometimes, but I'll keep in mind. Did better in wheel this week. Yes, Christine, so good. Wheel is an evolution. Keep practicing it. Love it. Okay, I'm going to end it. Have an awesome day, everybody, and I'll see you really soon. Yeah.